Hey, it's Terry with West Tennessee K9. I just want to bring you a little video about getting a dog used to baby. It's a question I get all the time, every week, a couple calls a week, some emails about how do we get our dog used to baby. And there is a process to do that. You know, what really freaks the dogs out when it comes to babies, when they first come home, they're not moving around a lot, and this is when you really need to start way before that, is the sound, the high-pitched cry. I mean, it's ear-piercing. You think, oh my gosh, when I get this baby home, it's not going to be a big deal. How loud can they be? Well, if you've had kids, you know that scream, that little baby can make a noise that like you hear at the neighbor's house. And so when a dog hears that, it starts to trigger a place in their brain, their ancient brain. It triggers their prey drive. And what they hear in a baby's cry is, this is something that should be investigated. You know, if in the wild, when dogs lived in the wild, if there was a sound like that, they would go investigate it to see if it was an easy meal, you know, or hurt animal, or some babies left unattended by a mom, you know, so they would have an easy opportunity. And so when the babies come home, babies are crying, dog starts whining, starts wanting to go look and check it out, and what I hear all the time is, oh, the dog is concerned about the baby. The dog's not concerned about the baby at all. The dog's trying to figure out what this thing is, okay? So the way we start to work on that, have a dog in the back here. He is having some baby issues. This baby is a toddler now, or not even a toddler, just started crawling, and it freaks him out. I'll try to post some video with this to show him like shaking even with a baby dog close to him where we started working. So way ahead of time, you can start working on this before the baby's even born. What you do is go onto YouTube and punch in baby crying sounds. There's thousands and thousands of them. For 15 minutes, for 5 minutes, for an hour. They do nothing but baby crying sounds, okay? And then there's also toddler sounds and 1-year-old sounds and all these sounds of kids, different ages. Super helpful, super free, okay? So when the baby is going to be born, right before the baby's going to be born, when you know you're going to have a baby, start playing these baby sounds in the background. And hold on a second, I'll show you what that sounds like. All right, so I already have one loaded up here on the iPad. And it's just baby crying sounds. And this is of a little older baby, not an infant, because the baby I want this dog to get used to is about this age. And those high-pitched tones are what really gets the dog worried. Okay. All right, so what you want to start doing is playing those sounds way before the baby's going to be born. Try to do it when you're working your dog, food drills, playing with your dog, very positive things, so it's an association type thing. And start it out very soft and then increase the volume till it's as loud as you can possibly get it. And what you're doing is desensitizing the dog to the baby. I want the dog to not be concerned about the baby. I want the dog to not care that the baby cries. The dog sleeps, the baby cries. That's the way I want it. You have him over there. When I would play these sounds before, his head would come up. It's not even moving now. All right. So you want him to show little or no concern. Another thing you can do is get baby dolls. They have all kinds. I picked this one up and the dog didn't like it at first at all. But you can just put the pacifier in the mouth, take it out. Okay. Okay, so what I've done is I have a little baby doll set up over there we've been working with, knowing that he is not okay with the baby doll. And then I have the baby sounds playing actually under the cot. And I'm just going to do some things with him across the cot. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea of what we're shooting for. We've been working on this for a little while. A couple things to point out. He, there we go. He was super anxious to get back to his place over there. And in essence, that's kind of what we want. You know, I want him to understand that's his place. And we've also done the drills where I've taken the sounds and the baby and everything up to him, just to make sure he's not going to come off of place and or to the baby or even investigate the baby. I just want him to stay put. But this is a very long process. The dog's been with me 2 weeks, and it's an older dog, and so it's been a huge process to get the dog to understand, like, hey, you don't have to be freaked out. If you have noticed, when we first started going across this a couple of times, he was a little apprehensive. But then he's like, okay, I remember what I'm supposed to do. It's okay. He's got this. I don't have to worry about it. All right, so I want to point out just a couple of things from this video. This dog is going to be better with a child, you know, hopefully more non-reactive, not growly, not so interested in the child. You may have a dog that's not interested in the child at all, or so you think. You know, when babies come home with the infants, you know, dogs are interested, but like when they start crawling, the dogs are like, wait, this thing's moving. Whole another level of freak out. What I don't want anybody ever to do is think that the dog won't bite your child. Always think that dog is going to bite your child, because if you have the understanding and a thought process like, oh, it'll be okay, that's when bad things happen, and they happen super fast. Okay, make sure when you're raising your children, and even toddlers, have them respect the dogs. Okay, we don't know what dogs are thinking. We don't know when dogs are loading to lash out. We don't know what's going on in that dog's brain, and there's a lot of things going on between you and the baby, or the baby and the dog, that you don't see. So just use utmost caution and care when you have your dog around your baby.